This week's book of the week is called Because by Mo Willems. I'm really excited to read you this book. On the inside this is called a score. This is what a musician would look at. This is actually a piano score, so it's a little bit different than what a conductor would look at. But you get to see all the music notes. This is a piano score. So you've got a treble clef, which is your right hand, and a bass clef, which is your left hand. And a musician, a pianist, would read this and play it at the exact same time. It looks kind of scary, but it's not. Okay, so because a man named Ludwig wrote beautiful music, a man named Franz was inspired to create his own music. Because many years later, people wanted to hear Franz's beautiful music, they formed an orchestra. I'll lower this just a little bit for you. Because a man had practiced since he was a kid, he was asked to join. Because a woman studied night and day, she too was asked to play. Because many others loved and practiced their instruments, there was enough musicians. There's my instrument right there. I'm a French horn player. These are timpani. That's a bassoon, a cello, French horn, and flute. We're going to learn about all of those. Because someone created a poster about Franz's music, tickets were sold. Because the train conductor stopped the train at the ground concert hall, the orchestra conductor arrived. Because the orchestra librarian had copies of the score, remember the score is the music, the orchestra rehearsed. That means they practiced. Because workers checked the lights and the seats and swept the floors, the grand hall was ready. Because the time had come, the ushers opened the door. Because someone's uncle caught a cold, someone's aunt had an extra ticket for someone special. Because the usher helped the aunt and her special guest, they found their seats. Because everyone was there to hear beautiful music, it was quiet. Right? Because when we go to a concert, we're not talking and yelling and being silly. We're sitting quietly so we can listen to the music. That's a part of our concert etiquette. And there's the orchestra. And there's all the beautiful colors of sound coming from the orchestra as they make their music. If you've never been to see an orchestra play before and you get the chance, I highly suggest it. It's really fun. And row C, seat 14, sat the girl with the uncle's ticket. She heard the beautiful music written by the man named Franz, and it changed her. The girl was changed. Look at her. She's filled with music. From that moment on, the girl learned everything she could about music. Soon she started to write music too, because like Franz, the woman had something to share. There she is, practicing, listening, and learning. She's playing the violin here and the flute there and the piano up here. It looks like she's practicing her conducting in both of these. Over time, the woman became very good because she worked very hard. One night, her music was discovered because she was also very lucky. Then she was invited to perform her music at the Grand Concert Hall because so many people wanted to hear it. Her composition was dedicated to the uncle in row C, seat 14, because it was his ticket that brought her there. So this is the little girl all grown up, performing. And that night, someone else was changed. And it says, World Premiere Symphony No. 1, The Cold. So she wrote a song about her uncle getting a cold, which was the reason why she became a musician. And that is how it happens. And there is a copy of her piano score of The Cold, the song she wrote. So because everybody played their part, she became a musician. I really like this book, and I hope you did too.